We are back with more of our Enchanter. We will enchant the minds of many. We have many names and comments I need to click on. You guys just heard that? Because I'm trying to get to the video comments on my channel. Oh, God. All right. The first name that we have is Wiggles Flatman. And I think our friend here, who is going to amass a small army of flesh golems that have iron grafting and whatnot on them, will be named that. So this will be Wiggles Flatman. I'd feel incomplete if I weren't to tell you why this is the name. I was told the backstory is the man who wishes to make Elysium perfectly smooth with his own hands. Which, oh my goodness, I enjoyed. Our other enchanter up here, Andros, will no longer be called Andros. Instead, he will be the other name we got, which is Pinky. Pinky, the Pickler? Pickler. Did I spell that right? I'm pretty sure. Pickler. Kelly Pickler. Hold on, definition. Yeah. A vegetable or fruit suitable for pickling. Yes. Alright, I did it correctly. That's good. I thought I'd spelt it right, but I always like to make sure so I don't run around the entire game with something that embarrassing. So we've gotten our naming. One thing that we need to look out for, some of you have suggested that perhaps Fire Shield will burn the wood golems. I didn't know that if that's the case, and I'll be really disappointed if that's true. That'll mean you really have to be careful who you use Soldiers of Flame on. Other suggestions were it might have been casted on other folk. I'll check back after and get back to you in the comments if that seems to be the case. It seems less likely to me. I don't think you can usually cast buffs on enemies. Oh shoot, we'd already cast that. We need to come up here and cast that. And we'll take all these arrows, we'll take these guys. We need more of a front line. We could recruit some regular troops, perhaps. We'll have to flesh out what we do there. Was there any more flesh golems here? Nope. There was not. So we will go back to our port with this guy and start animating some bows. Once again, getting that factory going. We might try and deal with these guys down here with something. Wiggles will go north. Maybe head in this direction, I'm thinking, with some troops. I think this is sufficient to take out a witch army. It'll gather more troops along the way. We have this guy back here as well. His plan might have been to upgrade this. We can do that. We can just try and get some more cash down here by animating some tools next turn, getting some more gold out of our tower. We do have this old castle down here, although I'm not too enthused to build troops in it just so they can die. It doesn't seem very worthwhile in my mind. Okay. Pinky the Pickler will go and take this port back. That will be his turn. We do know there's not a lot of AI left in this game, so we're doing very well. One of the nice things is crappy Long Dead like this, or even Solus, probably won't match up against this stuff, because the Solus have trouble hitting, and these guys just don't have a lot of HP to deal with that many attacks. So that's good. Don't have to worry all that much about that. Might try and hit the Flesh Golem button here and there. We also have to consider we want to do some iron grafting. We could also just go grab wood golems. That might actually be a better idea, because we don't want an army full of flesh golems that, even if they have iron grafting, they're good, but they're good interspersed between your other stuff to get some better attacks in there, because the attack density of most of your stuff is kind of low, right? These guys have a fist, all these guys have fists, but you get to some iron grafted golems, and all of a sudden you're dealing with something a little more umphy in terms of more attack density. Which is nice. Not that these golems aren't great still, but, you know, they have their uses. One thing you also want to consider is that these guys are on a flat D10. Okay, let's look. Let's see if any of our guys get a fire shield. Okay, we got fire shield. Let's see if any of these guys burn. Okay. We haven't seen a single point of burning. Maybe it's only once Fire Shield triggers. Unfortunately, I barely had time to record this. This is probably coming out later than what I'd like. Because I've had a couple busy IRL days. Unfortunately, getting put behind by having a fever for a couple days was a little bit difficult, but we are back and doing it now, so we can get in the swing of things now that I don't have other IRL responsibilities. We could go kill this nymph. One thing we're going to want to consider is getting a level 3 enchanter soon. That could be useful. Let's do some iron grafting. We'll actually skip the... Ooh, we'll grab the scout. It's actually pretty important to get one of those guys. There's no flesh golems there. That's okay. We just spend a turn there. I think we will just invest in wood golems. I think that's the best thing to do with that. We have all this stuff down here. We could go put tools all down there and really get ourselves a lot of gold. You can really build tall with this faction. There's also the quill spell we should probably show off at some point. I don't think we've cast that here. You have access to it? I think it's a 2nd level. We'd have to upgrade him, which almost I'd say isn't worth it. Okay, one thing we'll actually do, instead of continuing to do bows, we'll start animating some tools on settlements. We can get this up to 4 gold. Do we have animated tools on all these? Yeah, okay, these are all pumping out a lot of iron for us. It's very nice. Very good. I think we'll leave this behind and start heading north with this army, checking out the northern regions. I did want to get an ice golem. I'm not sure how feasible that is at the second. We could get one of these guys to level 2 and go wait for it and then do it and show it off to you guys. More to show it off than to use it too much. Ooh, a sea father. Well, I could always use a new dad. Let's see here. Oh god, that was probably sounded terrible. I'm sorry. Oh god. But yeah, let's problem being, he might acid splash our wood golems in any army we have him in. Also, Deluge could be pretty good, though. I think we'll skip the Sea Father. It's not my favorite mage. We'll hope and hold out for something a little better. I think we'll... Do we want to level 3 this guy? I think we will level 3 him. So now we have the Great Enchanter. You can see he has a little bit more magic resistance, no more health. I think he got... I can't remember if his maximum damage has increased at all. Let's look at Wiggles. Nah, it's the same. He has level 3 spells. We got Army of Steel and Legion of Stone, which are both armor buffs. Means we can turn off Iron Skin and keep those two. So this is going to do... Army of Steel only burst 25. The good thing about Legion of Stone, even though it's a little bit weaker armor-wise, is it's going to hit everybody at once. So that's nice. There's a little lore down here. So we can now animate iron mines and all kinds of stuff. One of the first things I want to do is jump on this and get ourselves an old oak golem, which should be pretty fun. Now, something fun that we're going to get into later, and we'll try it out. We probably won't see it that often. This faction does have a little bit of a trouble that, again, it consumes all your resources. So once we start hitting some of the higher level stuff, we're consuming things that are kind of important. That'll be okay. This should go fine. Hopefully our archers will stay out of range. They're not. These are big dinguses. So we'll lose a couple archers here. As you see some buffs get put down. We got fire shield on everybody. I didn't see any fire damage again. So I guess our answer is going to be either that fire shield, when it ticks, maybe does burning damage, or that it maybe the other hypothesis that I didn't think was correct could be right, that the fire shield was overcast onto some other units. Let's create an oak golem. All right, so the oak golem. It cost 40 gold and 40 resources and 6 AP. Actually, one of the lower AP spells in this level of spell. Gives you this big old guy. He's got 132 HP, 7 magic resistance, 2 armor. Let's see, he's got more armor than this guy and obviously more HP and good magic resistance. He's got fire vulnerability, again, so he's going to burn like crazy. Poison resistance, sleep immunity, pierce and blunt resistance, mindless, lifeless, all that business. He's also giant size, so he'll walk right over the gates and things. You know, this amount of armor combined with the blunt and pierce resistance is really good. That means only thing that's really going to hit into this guy for anything too significant is the slashing. Otherwise, a lot of it's going to be kind of defunct. And especially because you have to consider, by the point you're getting this guy, you probably do have some decent armor buffs that are going to be put down on him. And those stack. So he's going to have some pretty impressive armor. So he's going to be hard to hit. He's got a fist, which is a 1-to-1 again, so it's going to explode for potentially plus 15 there. And he's got an entangle attack, which, you know, an entangle is on a burst of 3, so things in front of him are going to get stuck and be unable to attack. Which, you know, all combined, it does some good stuff. Now we're going to come down here. We're going to create ourselves some wood golems in this forest, build up a decent army, and move out as we continue to make sure we're getting even more gold per turn. Okay, you're going to have to run away. Do you have Fire Shield? We need someone with Fire Shield to fight this thing. We're just going to run away from it. It'll probably kill our dancing tools again. Maybe we'll try and watch the battle timeout. We could do that. Okay, we see the witch has been over here. Not surprising given this frozen river. It's probably frozen quite a few times. Still got AP. We need to move that guy out. Swordsman. We'll ignore her forest here. I'm not too concerned with it. Instead, we'll get some more wood golems, just making sure we build up a nice thick army. Overrun some animals, because we have quite a few large, big, giant units here. Okay, I'm going to start building up this stuff. Really get our infrastructure going. You could see why you might use the Mimic with the tools, though. It gives it a little more defense. Because they might be attacking the Mimic, they're going to get slimy and have trouble defeating all three of those together if they're like a weak independent. But it will be usually weak independents that fall for that. So we can do this one more time. I made some tools. Might create a couple flesh golems and just use them to maybe move down south. And for protection, well, maybe we upgrade that iron mine. We could run all the way down here and do some upgrades with our tools and get some more gold. I don't know how worth it that is, just in sake of human time. Okay, we have a decent stack coming our direction. I actually would like to get some more iron grafting before they attack, because that is a heavy stack. Well, I guess we only have one guy we need to iron graft here. Would be nice to get some more wood golems as well. Probably more useful to get wood golems at that point. It's a big old beholder here. Thank God it's not the beholder faction again. We've had enough of that. Warriors, charm, and archers. Those are actually some pretty cheap archers. Okay, this guy's now locked out from going near us. We will continue to create wood golems, get a full line here of them, so our archers can really be effective. Although, these little slugs versus our archer, versus this army's archers aren't a big deal, because these guys are completely poison resistant. So that's notable. Okay, we can go right for her tower, potentially. Might just do that. Kick her tower out. What other stuff can we create here? Onyx golems, crystal golems, silver golems, and gold golems. This one we might not see, depending on if a gold mine spawned on the map. Which would be sad if we didn't see it. But that can sometimes just be a reality. Let's create some fleshy boys. Yeah, this didn't get attacked. I'm wondering if I should do something with this guy. I feel bad sitting him here. Yeah, let's animate a couple spears back here and then run up here and just make sure there's nothing there. I would hate to know that, like, the gold mine was back there and we were just not looking at it out of, So that was Army of Stone that cast. All this stuff gets an extra armor, which makes it all very, very good. Hate not to be... Is it exprudent? I know it's not expedient. I would hate not to be thorough. I should just say that. I should know. I should make sure I know exactly what word I'm saying there. Okay. Probably at least one more flesh golem here. Let's try for another. Nope, I figured. Figured I'd try as well. Move into the forest again. We see some mountain ranges. These could be promising. Perhaps we'll find something useful. And some nice swamps, not unexpected. We can get some more clay golems in there. We could also try out our Terracotta Soldier spell. I actually don't love that spell too much. I think it's just maybe worth it to save for your clay golems. It could be worth it early. Might be a few specific other uses for them that we'll talk about. You'll see this guy's gonna run over the gate. Ease up on the damage we take. This actually heals, by the way. Also a note, just to talk about the difference between your wood golems and your oak golems, is this guy's gonna heal up. Which is pretty good. They did get a little, I don't want to say lazy, but they didn't give as much backstory the higher you go in golems. You know, or at all, really. Kind of broad stuff. I'd really love for one of these guys to get in melee. Okay, did he just burn? The fuck? What? Hold on, let's, we're investigating. Stop. Stop. Okay. We're looking for the word. I'm looking in the log right now, trying to find what burnt this guy. Take 0 damage, target is not affected. Oh god, there's so many bow attacks. Looking for the oak golem. Oh, I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. Is there? I don't think there's a search button for the logs. I wish there was a reverse so I could just go back in time and narrow the exact point. We'll let it keep going and see if this happens again. It happened again. Hold on. There we go. Wood Golem takes 2 points of damage. This guy's actually just on fire. It does overcast. What the hell? Is this supposed to happen? Well, that's really bad. That's terrible. Oops, I did not mean to skip that, but it's safe to say we didn't really lose anything. Yeah, wow. Congratulations to, Eric Tian. If I'm mispronouncing that, you're getting a favorite. And I'm saying right now, you were correct. Okay, that feels like it shouldn't happen. I don't know if that's intentional. It feels like it's not. I'm not very happy about that at all. Also, something notable is we can turn the Witch's Fortress into a wood golem, which I find absolutely hilarious. Wow, so we're overcasting Fire Shield. Or Soldiers of Flame is what I should call it. I don't, that could be devastating if our armies weren't so tanky. And if our wood golem wasn't going to regenerate that, and if he got set on fire really bad. That, I don't love that at all. We might turn that off specifically for sieges, at least. Yeah, that's bad. That could, really hurt your game at certain points. I'm gonna keep creating wood golems. No more trees for you. You can see we messed up the forest tiles in this place too. It is notable, if you were fighting like the druid, we're gonna turn you on. Autocast. If you were fighting like the druid, you could destroy tiles before he could attack on them. Probably more notable in multiplayer, although I don't think the Enchanter is super viable in multiplayer compared to some stuff you could play. Oh dear God. Nope, we're going this way. Might upgrade this guy so we can get wood golems. We're getting a surplus of gold. Ah, an abandoned mine. With some crappy little air guys here. I'm a little worried they hit our backline stuff and our archers, but hopefully they'll be distracted by our golems. Because these guys perform really well against kobolds, specifically of the air type if they have like a hidden spellcaster. I don't see one though, so thinking not. I actually can't believe that's the case, that it was actually just, it was like miscasting onto the enemy. Very sad. Very sad to see that as with that spell, because usually that spell's pretty good. Especially on large peoples. But especially with the wood golems, it wouldn't be a big deal if these guys got, let's say, a couple points of fire damage. But these guys just get set on fire so easily and they take so much damage from it. Okay, so they did have a little caster in here. Just killing some of our bows. We'll rip these guys apart pretty fast here. We almost lost this iron grafted golem. I think he got bit pretty hard. Would you take Lost an Eye? It's only a 10% debuff. Here we go. Alrighty there. And why not? Let's upgrade this guy. Get him a good old wood golem. What spells did you get? Winter Ward and Soldiers of Steel. Here's another spell. This shouldn't overcast because it's not a burst. I'm guessing this other stuff is just overcasting because it's a burst spell. I'm gonna have to look out more for if buffing spells burst too often on our own troops. On other troops. Because that is not a good thing. I think we'll do that Terracotta just to show it off. I don't think there's really a lot we can do over here. Do some iron grafting. Usually abandoned mines are the result of our experiments. I think we will upgrade this guy as well. So Wiggles Flatman will join the Great Enchanter Council. And he got Army of Flames, which I'm actually pretty afraid of currently. Indomitability he's going to cast quite a bit, which is going to be good. Army of Steel is great as well. Gotta love it. Ooh, Hydromancer. And we're fighting another Enchanter. Oh boy. I think I know what I'm going to make the thumbnail. Yes, indeedy. Oh goody. I think we'll kill this thing. I'm a little worried about our backline getting hit by stuff from the Enchanter. He's got some weird spells he can incorporate into his thing. We can cast an Iron Grafting, just to even out that we have full grafted golems. Problem being, the lance charges are actually going to hurt these guys, which I don't like to see. Okay, we found the witch, or one of the witches. Okay, let's do a Terracotta Soldier. This is what you get with the Terracotta Soldier. Ultimately, not too crazy. 5 HP, 6 magic resistance, 2 armor, ranked towards the front. It's got 100 fire, cold resistance to 50, poison resistance of 100, sleep resistance, charm resistance, never heals, pierce resistance, and these two things we've seen before. Mindless and lifeless. He's got a long pike, so it can punch from the second rank. That is one use for him, I suppose. Although, like, if you start getting towns, you can get mercenaries that are going to be cheaper on time cost than these guys, which ultimately I say might be worth it. Now, the one thing they do is they don't destroy the swamp necessarily. They have a chance to. I don't know if it's a chance or if it's just a certain number of casts. I've seen it happen at different times in Conquest of Elysium 4. I don't know if they've rebalanced it for 5, so I guess I won't speak too much to that. But I do know in 4, at times, the swamp would disappear. Whether or not it was a certain amount of times, I cannot entirely recall. Although I feel like for certain it wasn't, because I'm pretty certain it happened more than just certain times. Now here's where these iron grafted golems can really get good. is when you get them chopping up into just regular infantry, they'll chop through chaff pretty effectively for you, while your wood golems take maybe like a cavalry charge or something else that requires a little more attention. Looks like this guy hasn't been too much trouble. He's mostly just summoned water so far. As long as he doesn't snipe our friend back here, I'm okay. Acid spray can also kill quite a bit of our bows. Which isn't surprising. I like that. I like that acid spray does that, because it thematically makes a lot of sense that acid would just destroy your enchanted bows. We got a vine whip. Does that do entangle? I'm curious. I don't know much about this item. It entangles, yeah, okay. Could not put on any of these guys, so we'll keep it on our enchanter. And we see a magic library, which is actually an opportunity. Oh, it's a good opportunity. We have a couple of moves planned out now for what I'm going to do. I won't spoil it just yet. But this iron mine will be our first iron golem. That's the one thing I'll say. But then I'm going to... Oh, ooh la la. But oh no! They're going to eat these mines as well. That's bad. And also, they have plenty of stuff here. They have a couple stone golems. That means they've eaten coal mines. We're going to go this way. We need to build up a little more before we go take that on. I have one plan in particular. Time to go down here. This is pretty safe from these snakes. It might lose to it, but it'll kill most of them. If it does get that occurring. We don't want him to kill more mines before we go eat them. Another Enchanter's Apprentice. I do want to protect this port if possible. Okay. Well, having no other options this turn, we'll animate some spears. Might keep doing that. We could just build some archers too, not be super lazy. Although they'll probably still take this. Loot Guard will give it a shot. Over here, our first Iron Golem will be built by the Flat Man, truly trying to make the world flat. Oh boy. Okay, the Iron Golem. Really the staple, I'd say, of the faction in terms of what you might think about as your... like, as a faction. That or your, stone golems are what I visualize when I think of the Enchanter a lot. And what you really want to get. These guys have 205 HP, 8 magic resistance, 3 armor, 11 strength. They rank towards the front. Great stats. They have fire resistance 100, cold resistance 100, shock resistance 50, and poison resistance 100. This makes sense, you know, shock, you know, like a lightning bolt hitting this could still do damage to it, but everything else is practically nothing. Sleep immunity, charm immunity, it never heals, of course. It has all the resistances physically. So, on top of the 3 armor and the buff you're probably going to get from this guy, you're in a good spot. It also does bring into an idea that you might want to use something like Thunder Ward. So like here, I'm actually going to turn off Toughness and turn on Thunder Ward. If you ever fight something... Well, actually, I'm not going to do it because we don't see any threats that have thunder attacks. But if we did, we'd turn on Thunder Ward so that this guy would be protected, say, against an Air Warlock. This could do a lot of damage against an Air Warlock. It's a giant-sized as well. I don't know if I said that. It should be pretty obvious by the big tile it takes up. It has a 1/1 plus 30 Iron Fist, which is oh la la. Great. Just as a note, it's also magic damage, which not everything you have is magic damage, as we can look at our other units here. This guy is not. This guy's not. So, this guy actually does... Just keep in mind, these clay golems do have soft weapon. I don't think we went over that. So armor does kind of double against them. They're basically big meat sacks. But, yeah, that's pretty important for this guy, is that his weapon is magic. It means he's going to hit through things like, you know, invulnerability on necromancers and things like that. So, my green screen has fallen. We're going to be right back, folks. Yeah, that thing is held up by duct tape. But, yeah, so that's important to note. Also, a poison cloud. Strikes anywhere, so it's going to strike backline. Burst 5. He shoots out a poison cloud. He can also use this in addition to his melee attack. So keep that in mind. It's magic damage, armor negating, burst 5. So, what does this mean? This guy is going to destroy troops. He's going to have a big breath kind of like attack. It's not technically a breath attack, but he's going to like shoot out a poison cloud in front of him in a burst of 5 and have a big old punch, and he's going to be really hard to hit physically. Now, certain magic damage can't hit him. He does have 8 magic resistance, which is pretty good, but that tends to be the weaker side of him in terms of if you can get troops like that, not if you're casting a lot of spells, because he's immune to a lot of the elemental stuff. I think we're going to scout out a little bit. We were going to build some tools down here. We're going to scout around for just a second. We might come back there. But that guy's going to be stuck there for a little bit. I want to go make more iron golems, frankly. So we do get to see if these guys can take on these snakes. They could not at all. Oh my god, that was a big flop. A little less than I would have expected. They actually did probably the worst I could have thought. I guess I didn't consider these guys do have tiny, which means they have a 50-50 chance to miss. I didn't think about that. Ooh, okay. We can actually get our first stone golem, which isn't a surprise to me. I tend to stray away a little bit from stone golems. We'll do that next turn, though, because I want to make sure I have enough to beat through these guys. These guys don't have a soft weapon like our clay buddies, so we're okay. Particularly against the Enchanter, we want to be careful with the soft weapons. It's not a big a deal, but we'll still do clay golems here. Down here. Okay, we still only have that one action point. That will continue to really be that way if we keep doing this. I think we'll just build more. Oh, we'll do the cheap crossbowman. And we'll try and get you the bow spell. Nope, gargoyle. We could cast a gargoyle. Dispossessed spirits will kill the hell out of these things. Their armor is their strength. Oh no! But we're gonna have to take care of that with somebody. Venom sword. We don't have any good kits really for our magic items. You can see this is now an abandoned mine. Oh no! Fuck, 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 fucky fuck. I just noticed. Oh, I didn't even look to see. Okay, kill this guy as fast as possible. Hopefully we don't lose our level 3 enchanter. Because then our plan is going kind of up the wazoo. And we might just combine our armies at that point. But we do find another iron mine, so this is resource rich over here. It's nice to see. We'll attack this. No, 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 no. Come on, survive. Kill this thing. Kill this thing as fast as possible. Okay. Whew. Okay. We're okay. This should go okay. We've summoned a wolf. We're gonna have to beat this guy down. He'll be a little tough. Might lose a couple bows here in the back if they get stomped. Yeah, we'll lose a bow. We have fire shield going down. Just don't cast it on this guy. Okay, we smacked through him, and he's dead. Now we can build the stone golem. Have some fun with that. We're getting attacked in another iron mine. They actually won that but we did lose one of ours. This army has kind of walked right past us. We have other priorities. I can't remember. Is this a level 3 spell? I actually don't recall. Starting to think it is. I'm looking for something specific. We'll talk about it in a sec. I might try and kill the witch here. First we'll kill this giant mushroom. Then I think we're going to target this. And go kill it with our oak golem. I think we'll give up on everything. We'll just keep animating spears. Try and give a little more troop density. But I think we're probably losing this port. We're going to have to think of a response to that. And we can still afford our stone golem. This is the stone golem. Again, probably what you also might think about when you think about the Enchanter as a faction. It provides us with 156 HP, pretty high, 7 magic resistance, 10 strength, 3 armor. Pretty notable there. Has 50 fire resistance, 50 cold, 100 poison. Sleep resistance, or sleep immunity, charm immunity, never heals, pierce, and slash resistant. These are notable. You don't have a bunch of stuff early with slash resistance. And as far as rituals go, you know, you'll have access to this guy day one. So this is kind of your slash resistance guy. Mindless, lifeless. He's also giant-sized, which, you know, notable because he can walk over gates. If you can get him early, he's good for sieges and things like that. He's an amphibian. It's usually not going to come into consideration. We could have got a Sea Father and taken these guys into the ocean, funnily enough. There's plenty of the golems that are amphibians. Not these guys. Let's go up here. Let's look at them. Oh, God, where are they? Well, needless to say, they are around. They exist here and there. But Stone Golem's one of them. You can use him as an amphibian. It works out just fine. So keep that in mind. You could run around a couple Stone Golems in the ocean with whatever else you can find that you have that is amphibious, and go with a Sea Father, or if you can get an item that can make you an amphibian, you could do that. They have an attack. It's a 1/1 plus 25. It's blunt damage. Not too crazy. The Iron Golems are better, but way more expensive. There is a particular reason we wanted the Iron Golem, though. Okay, we are going to die. It's actually a level 1 caster. It's not too scary until these things get into range. We're actually going to do a lot of damage. We have a sleep caster as well, which is nice. Slows down their advance. We don't have a big enough line here, probably, to do a good defense, though. They've cursed our gate. They're starting to get their archers in range. Oh, and there's a complete hole in our defenses here with the river being frozen next to us, and that is lost to us. Not unexpected. We have another apprentice available. God, we have to turn someone around. Oh, goodness. Or try and kill him here. I think we'll try this and see how it goes. Next turn, I suppose, because we're still a little slow. But, I want to kill these guys, but I'm really afraid our Enchanter will just get nabbed. Absolutely. Well, we'll start heading that direction. Okay, they do have more witch stuff up there. Get a little guard tower with a witch that is still running around. An old wizard, if only we could afford him. Let's keep checking. Great Juggernaut. Can't remember. I don't think we've even talking about Enlivened Statue yet. Enlivened Statue would be really good against a lot of the witches stuff. Not Enlivened Statue, what am I thinking of? Guardian. I'm thinking about our Guardians. Sorry. Totally different thing. Okay. This is frustrating. We've just left a hole because we didn't know there was a witch down there until we were a little further in. It's love watching the poison just bounce off of us. Our Oak Golem's gonna get up here and start whacking people, entangling people as well. Getting our armor spells cast. We kept Fire Shield on. Hopefully it won't come to bite us too much. Just don't cast it on these people by the gate. We'll probably be okay. Don't really have enough archers for this fight, and our friend here has decided to attack the gate. Luckily, we have a lot of luck spells going down, so we're pretty hard to hit, including our main caster, which I'm a little worried about. I think we got all our buffs off. He's still casting a little bit. See, he's not buffing the walls with anything else. An Army of Steel is a burst attack. Okay, we need to get through this darn gate. I think he's entangling himself, too. Funnily enough here. Again, this isn't a soft weapon. So it's not like the armor's negating this. Okay, Enchanters, stay out of the range of these little guys bursting this damage. There's no reason for you to be up there. Now we see Fire Shield to our advantage, burning these guys. Very slow battle. I swear, if you move forward, you are not good against poison. We should probably invest in some archers while we're here. These guys are spaced out, actually. Okay. It looks like he just moved forward. No reason for you to move forward, my friend. Okay, you need to get up here and kill this snail. Please, someone kill the snail. It's making me real paranoid. Because a 1 to 2 poison damage attack could over time kill our friend here. It looks like it's going to be safe from this side. Our other clay golems are kind of just sitting here. What is going on with the AI there? That was very strange. Once the gate was cleared, they should advance, but no bad losses or anything because of it. Just kind of weird. Weird thing to see. Okay, the snakes are trying to take more vengeance on the tools. The tools win this time. So you see why I thought they could win against some snakes, because they can take snakes. They just didn't take those snakes before. Okay, we're gonna get back up here. Thankfully, I don't think the witch is gonna delve too deep into our territory. But based on that performance, we could also try and get an animist and just get some more spell power. I think we'll definitely just invest in archers. And Theodemir can go get us some other stuff. Okay, Necrotoids, Guardians. Okay, so what we don't need, it's a level 3 spell, which means we're going to need a little bit more money. We'll go step on some iron mines to expedite that process. And I'm starting to wonder, oh god. Is that the big army we saw? It is. Not big army, but literally a tall army. Funnily enough. They're going to want to come take all these iron mines that we are taking. A coal mine, we could build some stone golems to counteract that. I'd love to take this, but hell if I'm going to try. So those guys are scary. They're scary, Terry. Need to keep buying more archers, but this is what this army needs, is archers. We can also start hitting the button a couple times. Animating some more bows. Because that's kind of the strategy with clay golems, is because they're not going to pierce a lot of armor. You're going to need archers behind to do more damage as well. Although you can't get a lot of like crossbows or anything like that. One other thing we could start investing in is Ballista, but we'd have to upgrade him. This guy has access to it, but he needs to get into a base to cast that spell. Okay, we're going to retool some of these places. We're going to let the big old enchanter come this way. We're actually going to go kill that witch now. Is my plan of Rooney. Get a little more archers. And run this direction towards them. We'll kill this army pretty handedly. We don't want to do it in a forest so our lines don't get messed up like this. We could also maybe eat a wood golem or 2 more. We might do that here and there. I want to circle back here after a minute and go get that magic library. I really want to show this to you guys. I think it's a really cool thing, what I have in the works for you. Looking to see. I'm pretty sure these guys don't disappear just because their faction dies. Just making sure that that's not sneaking up on a base. I have the slightest memory of an independent one of those running around after I killed a faction. That probably activated it. So we've retooled this place. We're going to tool that one again. Might as well do this while we're here. Create ourselves some more defense force. And we'll meet this lady in a second and do a crippling blow to the witch. Because I think that she's lost all our level 2 stuff. Unless she's hiding it from me. Which would be very rude. She should be honest with me. I'm liking this mountain range. Okay, now the fire stuff would usually be really dangerous, but hopefully he only burns one of our wood golems, and then this guy thunks him. Thunk! There we go. So he got one of our wood golems pretty hurt. But don't worry, we're replacing that wood golem with something much better. Okay, they have a level 2 witch up here. I just saw that. And we've killed some wolves! Yay, tools. Good job. You did your job. This is going to make our formation weird. But I think we can definitely take it. We're an army of steel, fortune leader of stone. We might cast some soldiers of flames, hopefully not on the enemy. We're immune to a bunch of the poison. And our clay golems are going to give a chance for our archers to shoot them to death. It's kind of the plan. The chopping isn't great because a lot of our wooden stuff isn't chop resistant, but we'll have to deal with that. Okay, I swear to God I saw a level 2 witch. Yep, okay. She is a level 2 witch. Just wanted to make sure my eyes aren't deceiving me. We'll do a stone golem. Get our buddy. He's rock hard and ready to fight. Oh, God. I meant like in the armor kind of way, okay? Okay, we got some fortunes going down. Let's get our stone spell. Soldiers of Flame. Okay, I want our extra armor buffs up, specifically so this guy doesn't get chewed to bits. Oh no, he's got cursed. He might not be long for this world, folks. So what I was talking about, the weird lines in the forest. I don't love having to attack in a forest. Get some weird formations with your golems going because they don't inhabit one squares. This is where these guys can help quite a bit because they'll come up in the middle and help you out. Start taking some of the pressure off of this guy. It's not such a big deal with the clay golems because they're going to regenerate, but with the wood golems and whatnot, get a little tough. These guys are literally just meant to stand there and tank a lot of attacks. And their resistance doesn't matter because they're hopefully going to regenerate enough. And they are thunking through these guys because a lot of the witch's stuff doesn't have armor. We did come across one of the stacks that has a lot of armor because of these little snails. For any more information on the witch, check out our witch run. As you can see, this thing's cursed, so it's just getting every wound in the book. This is terrible. Our oak golem is now just a big meat sack, essentially. It's lost a lot of its damage. I guess it also entangles. And for us, that might be notable because it's a meat sack that will heal between battles. That actually has an attack that isn't soft, so... But the more wounds it takes you, the less effective it becomes. That'll happen with Curse, though. I'm sure some of these guys have gotten cursed. Yeah, this guy has, but he'll regenerate all those wounds. Curse is less of a deal on regenerating stuff, although I guess over time, you know, your thing will continue to get wounded and become useless during a battle. That's okay. You can see this Iron Golem is actually helping us out here because he's taking a lot of the pressure off this guy for a second up this direction. But it does not look good for our Oak Golem. But I'll sacrifice the Oak Golem to go retake that port. We can return with a much larger army to that front. And we'll have fire shielded effectively here instead of casting it on the enemy. Looks like. Lots of irritating curses. Not too much we can do about that. Who's all cursed? You're cursed. You're cursed. You're cursed, okay. Yeah. You can see this side is holding up pretty well because of the heavies, but over time they'll start to fall because they can't deal with the regeneration here. They don't do enough damage to fully kill these things. This Iron Golem doing very well. Not iron, the Iron Grafted Golem. It's got, see, and then you buff these guys, and all of a sudden, you know, they're not just HP. They're a unit that does some pretty decent damage, considering its density, so it only takes up a square. And then you buff them, and they get, like, 4 armor, and then you're like, okay, well, these guys are big meat sacks, but they get, like, 1 attack generally, unless you get some special ones. These guys really, you know, for what they are early, which is this, they really do much better in the later portion of the game. He's been pushed back now, but you can see why. we get into the more poisony stuff back here, we won't have as much trouble. This guy's going to stop taking any significant amount of damage. They could get lucky and the archers could kill him potentially, I suppose. You don't expect that to work. As we listen to the peaceful battle music, we'll speed this up a little bit. We're really just killing snails. The clay golems are going to have a tough time. So they can't get through their armor. But the rest of our stuff will nail these guys pretty hard. And there goes a witch stack. Now we need to go retake that port, rebuild the army. Be sad about our oak golem getting so hurt. We could go eat these woods before we leave. We might do that and build another oak golem in his memory. Well, I would go back up here, but I'm a little afraid of that army. Because I don't think we win versus 3 stone golems. The golem versus golem stuff is pretty interesting. Pretty tough fights. We're still stuck here from the AP loss, actually. Yadamor can cast this and get this fully ups to snuffs. And I guess he could go actually, I think I'll send him down south to go down to Agartha. I think it's time to actually deal with that. Letting our old Oaky friend chill on an attack for a second here. We might build another wood golem. An Enchanter's Apprentice, we could also recruit him. Loki. Loki, don't do that. Don't do that. No, no, no. Good boy. Be good. See, he's gonna jump over the gate. He doesn't have... He can't get Battle Fright, I don't believe. It's a mindless unit. Create another wood golem before we go in for the kill. Just create a little space. We're probably going to lose some archers here. I'm a little afraid we get hit by an arrow with poison on it. Would not like that. Surprisingly, our dog is still in here after that fight. Guess he didn't run up. He failed us. Failed to live up to my expectations. Let's get another level 3 ritual. We got create artifact. Okay. Weirdly enough, one of the factions in the game can create an artifact, and it's our faction. And the reason that's super relevant is because you want to kit these guys with the little artifacts that are kitted for a lot of people. They're very effective on your golems. It synergizes really well. It opens us up to gems, which come obviously from our mines. Doesn't matter which color they are. But it can be pretty useful at times. It creates an incentive structure where, you know, if you see a mine with a lot of gem resources, maybe you want to keep that tile because it's optimized properly with the resources in that, and then it's something to defend specifically versus if you, like, eat all the mines with good gems, then, so, like, if I were to eat this iron mine, well, then, you know, it might still have decent gem income, but it's not as worthwhile protecting for the gold and other resources. So it's just, it creates something to defend more. And with your certain spells, we'll see here in a little bit, that might become a big thing. Fortunately, we haven't had to worry too much about our defense. We've only had really one of our bases contested too much, which is that port. Otherwise, we've had like 1 or 2 big open battles. This is happening again. We might sit here and watch. Full speed. We won't. We'll let them take it, sadly enough. Again, going down to half HP. Kind of weird. Weird how that works. We'll just animate this back, get ourselves some gold resurface. We might have to go make some tools again. Might be worthwhile destroying these woods and getting this graveyard gone. Not gone, but, you know, stomping on it. We'll stomp on some wolves and overrun them. And play Hamlet Collector for a second. We see the enchanters moved up north. I want to come back to this magic library now. I'm not afraid of this army. We have the comeuppance, I think, to deal with that with this stuff. We have a lot of archers who are poison resistant. The only thing that would be better is if he had that Venom Ward spell, then he can make sure himself was safe. Okay, we'll go kill this. Hopefully no mishaps occur. We should do fine. I think our archer line will do a lot, and our golems will tank a lot of damage for them as well. We'll speed this up. Creating some fire shield. Our giant guy's gonna come in here and start playing Rock'em Sock'em. Boop, it's done. There we go. Enchanter's running towards that direction. Magic Spores, an Assassin. Nothing too crazy. Another Iron Mine. Well, I don't mind if I do. This Enchanter really would have liked to be over here by now. Oh my lord. Okay. This doesn't affect mindless units. So the only issue being that a lot of our archers might attack, but I think we'll get in there pretty early in Thunker. She has no armor, so the soft attacks do full damage. So just hopefully she doesn't charm at too many of our archers if they attack her. Let's animate our tools, and we'll continue to head south. We'll eat some of these forest into wood golems. It's not too big of a deal. Thunk thunk. Some poison spray and Woodunzo. It's nice about that poison spray is you also aren't gonna back hit your friendly units. Come on, space out those archers. Oh, one archer got turned, and that's a pretty clean nymph take if I've ever seen one. Very dangerous for your small early human armies, but not so dangerous for us. We could go kill this dragon. I don't think the dragon is going to cause us too much guff. I say that, but it's coming close to us, so who knows what that dragon has intended. Next turn, Pinky the Pickler can turn this into an oak golem. We won't make another iron golem. Oh, maybe we will. Better probably to make it out of one of these iron mines. I think I like that idea. Better. Hopefully we'll get the chance to create an artifact soon. It is snowy. It would be prudent to turn an iron golem during the snow, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Might get it right on the tail end. No, it's already late winter. Well, we'll use this time to build an oak golem, that's for sure. And we got Oakie number 2. Killing another shadow, killing another forest. You can see why the druid might not like us as a faction. Let's eat all this forest. At least we don't burn them down indiscriminately like most factions fighting a druid does if they have the opportunity, like the demonologist or the pyromancer. Or I should say the fire warlock is the word I should use. I'm a little less confident. This is just a lot of stuff. We could put on Army of Flames and just absolutely wreck them. I think we will do that. Now wait, okay, but that's like miscasting on an enemy, and I don't want to hurt our wood golems, but this stuff is way more fire vulnerable. Then again, the hydras won't hurt us too much. This guy won't hurt us too much either. We'll probably snap through him pretty quickly. He's a little twig. I wanted to turn that mine before I came over here, but I think instead I'll be forced to just run up here. If they attack us, they attack us, but I'm going to run this direction and take this magic library and do something really cool with it, is my plan. Okay, let's get some wood golems. Then we can attack these earth elementals. I'm really worried about them nabbing our enchanter, but we'll just have to risk it. If he had indomitability, I might feel a little better that he'd cast it on himself. Then we can get Pinky the Pickler going in a second. Let's get a captain, since we have the money for it. And he can run up here and die, because apparently there's a stack of wolves. Oh dear god, the other enchanter's there. We might see some golem attacks this turn anyway. I don't love this idea. We might win just because we have things like Indomitability our guy's going to cast in our friends. Luck, too. You could cast on some big stuff like the Iron Golem. I don't know what his spells he has, but he's not a greater enchanter, so we know we at least have some better spells in the case of Army of Steel. Luckily, the rest of our lower level spells aren't just repeats. We have a lot of diversity on that guy. And do I want to circle north with Pinky? think so. We'll probably destroy some more forest here or there, maybe, as we need them. I think we're actually pretty good. We could use the iron grafting spell on him, but that's fine for now. Theodemore. You will destroy maybe 1 or 2 forests. You could also get a clay golem. Potentially add a little regeneration in the mix. Okay, it doesn't look like the enchanter's attacking us. But I also don't think he moved. He did not. I'm scared of him. I'll use 2 AP to create an artifact. We created the Wolffield amulet, which is slash resistance, which these 2 guys have, so I guess they'll throw it on a wood golem if we can. We could run into the swamp. I don't want to get stuck in the swamp with the witch. I think she has an animate mushroom spell, although I don't even think I saw that in my witch run, funnily enough. We'll go here. Ooh, this is valuable for our gem income. I wonder if the enchanter or witch have gone up to the sky at all. This guy actually survived. He can go scout out the north. We did say we were going to scout this guy. Oh my god, I forgot about Weaselo. What a name, by the way. Weaselo. Sounds almost, I don't want to say Danish. It sounds Nordic. Or maybe Germanic? I don't know. I'm sure one of you will tell me there's an ancient tale about Weaselo. Or maybe just someone made it up, who knows? Oh, goodness. Shooting some good arrows. You can see the arrow density really helps with fights like these. We would like significantly more. Yep, figured he would get hit by those. What? Oh, well. This is upsetting. Now, scouting for our friends here, the Creeping Doom has decided we're not worthy of love. And I think we die. Yep, we die. Oh, poor guy. He sat here that whole time just to die. Well. Captain. Boop. We'll take that with the captain. Continue to try and hold on to that thing for some reason. Could go attack this gargoyle, then try and get in that magic library. We probably should have made this a stone golem, actually. So that we had a little bit more to defend against this guy. 4 stone golems is nothing to joke about. We do have an iron golem, which he'll punch right through these guys, but they will punch into us pretty heavily as well. The bright side being they don't have blunt resistance and we do, so we'll take half damage on this guy. That's only on this guy. These guys have half damage as well, I guess, but they have less HP. Indomitability will help. Luck will be the biggest thing. How many luck casts we could get off, I think, will really change the course of that battle. Let's get 1 more wood golem, and I think we'll be okay to go take this castle, start running up towards the witch's stuff, and maybe what is the enchanter stuff as well at this point. I'm not sure how intricate their taking of things is. We'll try this. This is a little risky. Hopefully our golems don't get too far in ahead so that we get dug up on in our enchanter. But as you can see, these guys dig. They're being killed pretty heftily. We got fire shielding on our friends here. He nabbed our enchanter. See, that's what I worry about with those guys. They tend to do that to especially small squads. Oh well. Our hero has taken the little pit to Agartha. We'll see what's down there soon. This would actually be super advantageous to fight right now, maybe? No. I'm just a little worried that, again, the archers nab our backline guy, because we don't have the thickest lines. We'll grab archers. We'll build an archer corps here. We won't waste any time here, though. We got other stuff to do. We'll start with a good old Ritual of Mastery. We got a portal. I probably won't use this spell too often. You can create portals. Nah. You can create a portal network. I don't think we'll use it too much. We don't have that many armies going off. If you're doing a lot of human armies and stuff, maybe you could do it, but your human armies are kind of crap. If you're teamed up with someone, it could be useful. Also useful if you're playing a really huge map. But a map like this, where we've got most of it under our control on this side is our mainstay. We'll get a base over here and start production of things if we need them. Okay, what else do we want to do? Not too much would be helpful against you. That we can do in the second. One thing that would be helpful is a Ballista, perhaps. Get some early shots down. Let's talk about it, too. The animated Ballista. It's got 15 HP, it's got 5 magic resistance, 2 armor, 99 morale, it ranks towards the mid, fire resistance, poison resistance, all this beautiful stuff. It floats. That's the most notable thing, because ballistas generally are pretty slow, but our floating ballistas are not slow at all. And they have a giant arrow that hits during a siege. Of course, that'll go the entire amount of siege rounds, but it's usable only once every other. It scatters. So that's something notable. And burst 1, obviously. And that giant arrow will continue with another scatter again. It also actually has a little melee attack called a shove, because it is just literally a ballista that's animated. It's fire vulnerable, which isn't surprising, but it can get a job done here and there. Alright, I'd love to leave you guys with a big battle, but our time is almost up here. Instead, I think I'll show you something maybe cool, perhaps, before we end. One thing I'll do is kill the hell out of the squad. So you'll get to see that battle, at least. Not this turn, but maybe the next. No, we got the Brass Bull spell. So it'll definitely have to be next turn, at least. We'll see if we can get it next turn. The spell I'm looking for. I need a captain. It does create a problem, though, with your ballistas. I wouldn't say a problem. It creates a lack of synergy with the catapults that you'll be able to create. So just keep that in mind. Some good entangling going down here, stopping them from attacking. Fire shield has gone off. Pretty trivial fight. And we got another Enchanter's Apprentice. We could go take this castle and put him here. We could also just put him here. Yeah, this is a great spot for an Enchanter's Apprentice. Definitely going to recruit him. We probably don't have enough... Oh, we do have enough money. It's actually really cheap. So we're going to do this. Hopefully this cast on this guy, this Iron Golem. But this is a pretty cool thing. Yes, okay. So this is the Infused Magic Library. You also get Infused Magic Academy. If there's one on the map, we'll probably show it off, but probably won't get it. The major difference is you're giving them level 2 or level 3 spells. But this is now Yrmig, the Vessel of Iron Lore. Okay, no. Yrmig is a dumb name. His name will be... I'm thinking of, should it be Mimi? Most of the names here are Mimi, so he will be Iron Rod, with the last 3 capitalized. And he'll be Iron Rod, the Vessel of Iron Lore. What changes? Your magic resistance, I believe, has gone up. And you get spells. This can be in addition to your melee attacks. Now this guy, he gets Iron Arcana spells. You can't send him to the library again because it's gone. But we'll take a look at what he does as he goes around. He got the Soldiers of Steel. What does this give you? It gives you a major caster in terms of his abilities with spells. Because he's not going to die very easily, right? These guys are big beefcakes. You get different spells based on the golem you put them on. An iron golem will produce iron ones. Other kinds of golems will produce their specific ones. I'm not particularly familiar with all the specificities on which is which. Getting iron shards and iron spears are cool. What I would do with these guys is get a regenerating item and send them around like a giant tank to murder people. Maybe with something else, because, you know, they have high magic resistance. They have everything you need to stack wipe something in particular that's not too crazy. So that's what I would do with them. We're going to let this turn play, and then we are going to end the episode. Probably want to be careful with this guy. We'll just keep him here for the turn. Oh god, a witch has flanked us again. Oh no. Not again. They are very slippery. That was an army over here. We did see her kind of go this way, but... We'll take care of her kind very soon. This might be her last base. But you'll have to wait till next time to see that, folks. Thank you for watching. If you want to catch us again, we will be here on the channel with more Conquest of Elysium 5 within the next day or so. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the series. Thank you again for joining us on this journey. I'll always say that because it's always fun to have a community to hang out with you and play a game and really enjoy it, talk with here and there, and have some fun. If you want to see some more stuff, click on the channel, whatever's, and have a good week. Have a good day. Have a good month. Have a good year. Have a good time. I'll see you later.